Is everybody ready to schmock and schmoll?
So we're awfully quiet today. Hi Terry. Hi Janessa.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
And boom shakalaka.
Well, Terry, I would have went on that one, but I did want to let you know you are a little pixelated, a little video game-ish.
Right now?
Yeah.
Really?
Is anybody else seeing that, or is it just me?
I see it.
Okay.
I see it.
Yeah. I mean, I was definitely going to use his boom shakalaka, but not looking like that.
Is that better?
That's much better.
Okay.
All right, hit it again.
The shakalaka of the boom.
Top of the world. Top of the world. Yeah, top of the world. Top of the world. Yeah, top of the world. Top of the world. Yeah, top of the world. Top of the world. Yeah, top of the world.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Worst Ones podcast. This is a podcast for the PKs, by the PKs. We out here representing all the kids of the world. I guess my name is Rudy Wilson. We got Terry Weezy in the building, Kellie Leezy, and Jay Rihanna with the Ghetto Garden and all this good stuff. Is the Ghetto Garden coming back, Janessa?
So it is, but it's not going to be called the Ghetto Garden anymore. It actually has an official name.
Okay.
Yep, it will be called the Ruby Rose Garden after my mom. Her birthday's in July, so her birthstone is ruby, and one of her favorite flowers is rose. And she's actually the reason why I garden. I wouldn't have known anything about it if it wasn't for her. So we no longer have the Ghetto Garden. It will be the Ruby Rose Garden moving forward.
Gotcha. Formerly known as
that means it will no longer be ghetto.
Yeah, no, we're not using aluminum pots and red Solo cups anymore.
Right. I said, we have to upgrade a little bit.
With a name like Ruby Rose, you got to be classy. That's it. That's
upgrade.
But yeah, I've already started planning it out. What I'm gonna grow, where I'm gonna put my raised beds and stuff. So it's coming.
Do you have protection from the chipmunks and all them this time? That was the problem.
I gotta figure it out. You know, I'm in my new house, so I don't know if these are respectful chipmunks. I don't know if they're disrespect. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know the relationship in this neighborhood yet. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, when I used to grow tomatoes, they would steal the chipmunks would steal the tomatoes, eat half of them, and then leave them on my picnic table, almost like they were taunting me. Yeah.
And in Atlanta, y'all got deer and shit, so you know they'll eat your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like
chicken wire is your friend.
I've got to figure it out this year.
Just a chicken wire cage goes right over the top of it.
Or just do like a weed dispensary. That way you can do it in, they ain't gonna eat that.
I think they will eat that, but
well, hey, they won't eat much before they're too high. So that's good though. So is you back in school and all that, Janessa?
I am. That's what I'm working on low-key right now. Sending my professor email. We have a discussion post due tomorrow, but nobody it's not there. And everybody's been asking her like, hey, we don't have access to it. And I'm just putting my email in there, just in case.
I'm on that honor roll now.
Right. So I'm just quickly typing up this email like, hey, I can't access the discussion post either. How should I proceed?
Gotcha.
So.
Okay. Say no more. We'll keep making us proud. Good old scholar. Kellie Lee, how are you? You find a new trainer to fight with, or what's going on?
No, so I go to Orange Theory Fitness. Have you heard of Orange Theory?
Yeah.
Love it. Today can be sponsored by Orange Theory because I would recommend everyone to go. It has been great for my mental health.
Name of the gym or somebody's training service?
It's the name of the gym. So it's like a nationwide franchise.
Oh, really? I never heard of it. Like a Planet Fitness or something.
Nope. So it's kind of like classes. So it's like class based. And so it's half cardio, half strength training, or part cardio, part strength training. So it's a lot of cardio. But it's like group focus. It's an hour class. You do a combination of the rower, the treadmill, and then weights every time, but it looks different. You know, the workout is different every time. So I do that 3 to 4 to 5 days a week. Like I said, it's great for my mental health, my physical health. So that's been amazing. I recommend it for everybody. It's super, it can be super intense, but you can take it at your own pace, but it's beautiful. So that makes my whole life better. So I'm doing well. I just left. I had a 5:30 class.
I feel like Kellie's trying to sell us memberships to this place. Do you work for them?
No, but I said to myself today that like over the summer when I have time, like I may just go and do it as a part-time job.
Like teach a class?
No, you got to like train the teacher. Like they're like legit personal trainers, the people who teach a class. But I would just go and work in the lobby, check people in and, and like I said, and they're real big on customer service. So they're real big on like knowing everybody's name and, just being nice and friendly. And so I said, by that time, they'll know whether they think I'm a good fit or not. How friendly they feel like I am as I come to classes every day. But no, I would definitely do that. I love it.
I feel like the only requirement should be unlocking your Instagram page.
Right.
Doing that and then see how bad you want the job then.
One day we'll do it.
Gotcha. All right, Terry Wayne.
I just wanted to say, and no disrespect, but I wanted to say that Ruby Rose definitely sounds like a name I would hear in a strip club. Like,
it's not what I think of, so I'm good.
Coming to the stage, Ruby Rose. Now I've been thinking about
what is she, a 75-year-old stripper? Like, what's going on here? That's like an older Ruby.
No,
I thought of an older black woman for sure. I know a lot of grandmas named Ruby.
Maybe.
Yeah, but see, you didn't hear it in your head with the DJ voice like I heard. You know what I mean? Like coming to the stage, it's Ruby Rose. No, all right. They're not all winners. What can I tell you?
Definitely a granny in my mind. I'm not gonna lie.
And my mother,
no,
grandmother.
Your mother's definitely a grandmother.
It would be like Cinnamon Cindy. It hit me that way.
I got you. But how are you though?
Fine. Tired. Played golf today, and I'm old, so I'm tired. Still doing that keto thing. So,
have you lost some weight?
I have. I've lost 6 pounds in 6 days.
Wow.
But it's all water weight in the beginning,
right?
What?
Now it really starts.
You were playing golf just recreational? Was it like an event or something, or?
No, actually, we have a rotating group of comedians that go play golf. Usually at least once a month.
Oh, gotcha.
So, why do you play? You want to play when you're in town?
No. I've never actually played. Like that type of golf. I've only done putt. So yeah. So technically,
you'd probably like it.
If I can play technically, but I doubt that I could.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've never even been a top golf or nothing, so I don't even. Yeah.
Well, you'd be bad at it because everybody's bad at it when they start.
Right.
But you'd like it. You just drive around a golf cart all day and either drink beer or smoke weed, whichever your preference is.
Yeah. I would love to go golf one day, but I'm saying as far as me playing, I've never actually played. So if I happen to have beginner's luck or some shit, cool. But more than likely, I'm probably trash because I've never played. So.
No, like I said, it's a rotating group. So it's like Minda Mo, Perry, Zach, a couple of people down there.
I want to go bowling or some shit.
Actually, I'm trying to put together a South Florida comedians poker game to do every month, but
yeah, I'll play poker either. Spades and Uno.
Just spades.
Uno and blackjack. That's it.
Spades.
I can't even play the old black people games. Like my mom played Big Whist and all that shit. I don't know. That's old school black people shit.
Is it Jen running me or something?
All right, that's people that ain't rooting for that shit. Yeah, all right. But
How are you doing, Rudy?
I'm good. You know, I'm out here trying to figure it all out, make it all work. You know what I have noticed though, and I guess this may be like a good thing. I don't know why I'm telling y'all this, but I guess it's a realization I've had about myself. Like sometimes, like my mind is always like on the go. When I'm sleeping, when I'm woke, like my mind is always just thinking, creating, imagining, daydreaming, whatever, right? And sometimes like I'd be so like caught up in a thought that like sometimes I really have trouble deciphering between like reality and a thought like in my head. That's just how deep I be in thought sometimes. And I don't even really be realizing that what's happening isn't real until I snap out of the thought. Yeah. And I'm talking about this is sober. So, well, yeah. So that's where I'm at. That's how I'm doing. And this has been going on for 30 plus years. I mean, I'm 32.
Right, I'm like 30.
It's been going on for 30 plus years. But it's just now hitting me that, like, the realization that it's even, you know, a thing, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, because I know you're a therapist, so, you know.
I'm going to keep my thoughts to myself.
If you want to dissect me after we get done recording, feel free. But no, I'm good though. But I'm serious. I mean, I ain't got no complaints. You know, I'm happy. I'm healthy. You know, I'm chilling. Get to do a podcast with you people. I'm out here.
I might cry.
Rudy's being sweet today. He
I
wasn't
know.
being
Must be the Valentine's in the air.
When that is?
That's
Did he just say when is
that's
that?
come and gone. Yeah, it's coming. Gone.
What's today's date?
That was Monday.
Oh, today's the 16th. Oh, it's 4th. Right.
You know what I do for Valentine's? It's kind of simple, stupid. We don't do it on the 14th. We do it on the 15th. Anybody I'm with, I tell them right in the beginning, I'm like, we don't do it on the 14th. Our day's the 15th.
That's just like
now
not giving gifts on Christmas, but giving it the day after.
Gracious. Oh,
well, no. There's a point behind this, unlike yours. There's a point behind this, which is if we go to the restaurant, we're going to spend half as much because everybody jacks up their prices on Valentine's Day. So I always say, like, why does it have to be the 14th, 15th? We'll do it then. So then we take the money we would have spent at some crummy restaurant, and then we go to a nice restaurant.
I heard the 15th was for side chick day, Valentine's Day. It's like 14th is for lovers. 15th was for
so he's the 14th and the 15th with this lady.
They're
at home.
They're all side chicks to me.
Okay.
There you go.
Does she know that?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
There you go.
It ain't the same one.
Is that the same one we met? We moved on from
Miranda?
I would say Madeline.
What?
Oh my goodness.
All right. Are we gonna talk about something today?
That old ass show.
You done brought Madeline all the way to Georgia to my house. And 6 months later, she gone.
Hey. All right.
I didn't say she was gone.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't say that.
So
Okay.
is she gone?
No.
Oh.
I didn't say she was gone.
There's just someone else here as well.
I didn't say that either. I live an interesting life, okay? And we'll leave it at that.
All right. Let y'all have it then.
Are we going to talk about something today?
Boom shakalaka.
What?
We already did that.
That was
17 minutes past that.
I'm gonna edit in the intro again when you say that for the people. Just because people feel like anytime you hear that word, the intro has to.
I have an idea for that.
But that's supposed to be my cue for Terry to start the topic for today.
Yeah, you just kind of just call his name. But that's
Yeah, so he wrote it up here as, does your parent have a limit? Meaning, is there something you could do to where they're just like, all right, I'm out. That's it. Because parents disowning their children is not a uncommon thing. Apparently, I'm learning more and more.
I mean,
this is where y'all talk now.
Well, I didn't know if you were going to start with your own personal thing. I mean, for me, I discussed this last week, even with the whole, or 2 weeks ago, whenever we were discussing. I think it was about the whole maybe it was the pregnancy thing. I don't know. Whatever we was talking about. I think maybe TD Jake's daughter, something. But I just don't think that my parents would ever disown me. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I've never put them in a situation where that would even really be considered. And this is whether my dad was a pastor or not. Me just knowing my parents, I don't know. I couldn't even really fathom how fucked up of a thing I would have to do for my parents to be like, yeah, we done with you.
Well, let's go. You're a serial killer. You killed 30. You killed 30 people.
That's what I'm saying, but I'm not though, and I would never be. So that's not even
okay. But that doesn't matter. We're testing the limits here. So you're a serial killer. You killed 30 people.
If I'm a serial killer and I kill 30 people, I don't think anybody is messing with me. You know what I'm saying? That's past my parents. That's just
really. You don't think your parents would come visit you in prison or something?
I was saying I'm not sure if anybody would. I don't sure if any of my friends would, because if I've killed 30 people, I'm just a serial killer and I just went crazy and I'm just out here killing 30 people.
Yeah,
a lot of people would probably be like, yo, I'm not finna visit this crazy motherfucker. Yeah, he's killing people. Why is he out here killing people?
Yeah, but I mean, your parents are different. They're not supposed to bail.
I'm not saying they would.
I'm not saying they support you. I'm just saying they'd still acknowledge you.
And what I'm trying to tell you is I don't feel like there's anything that I could do that would make my parents not acknowledge me. But if you want to go to the extreme of me being a serial killer and killing 30 people,
that's the topic. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, even with the parameters of things that I would do, I wouldn't, even if I accidentally or purposely killed one person, I know I would never kill 30. So that's why I'm saying, for me, it's hard for me to even think that deep, because I can't even imagine what I could put my parents through to make them even want to disown me. But even if I did something horrendous, me knowing my parents, whether my dad was a pastor or not, me just knowing them as people, I do feel like that there's nothing that I could really do that would make them completely just cut me off.
Okay, well, you're not using your imagination. Okay, let's say you get framed by a serial killer and the evidence is overwhelming and you're everybody assumes your guilt like OJ, right? And for 30 people and they say, no, you go to jail forever. Then what?
I don't think my parents would disown me is what I'm saying.
Okay, well, then there you go. That was a simple answer.
But that's what I've been saying this whole time. I don't think there's anything I could do that would make them disown me. That's what I'm saying.
So I think my father would come and visit me in jail if I was a serial killer that killed 30 people. He would come and read the Bible and pray, and but he would definitely continue to come. With my mother, I don't know. I don't know if she would disown me.
This is round one, by the way. This is just round one. We're gonna up the ante.
Okay, I'll play with you. But yeah, no, I think my dad would definitely come. Even if I was guilty, I admitted it. I hid the bodies in his backyard. I think that my father would most definitely come to see me and pray. Like I said, and read scriptures.
I agree.
For sure. I think he would.
All right. Janessa?
I agree with Kelly. My dad would come, but my mom would come too.
I don't know about her.
My mom would. I would say that the only thing that probably different, they might need time to, like, depending on what the situation is, to, I guess, process it. And there may be a time of separation, but they wouldn't abandon me or anything like that.
I think it'd be a better chance of my parents having some version of wiping their hands clean with me, like, yo, we done, like, you just on your own. If I was like actively doing something, just say damaging. Let's just say, like, if I was strung out on a hard drug, or if I was like, out here robbing people, like breaking in houses or some shit.
Like,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so serial killer they'll forgive, but drug addict no.
Well, no, I'm not saying they would forgive a serial killer.
Oh.
I'm just saying, like, if it was like an active problem that was like damaging to myself, is what I'm saying. As like serial killing, I'm killing people. But I'm saying, like, if I was like constantly putting myself in danger, constantly putting myself in a unhealthy situation or whatever, is there a point that maybe if they keep trying to help, but for whatever reason, like, I keep resisting the help, or they try to help me, but then I end up like stealing money out their wallet to go buy some more. What, like, then would it ever get to a point they say, okay, well, we'll still help you, but just from a distance, or you want to just help yourself. We just pray for you. You just have to just figure it out. Maybe that's more, plausible, as opposed to like me doing put myself in jail for a very long time. Like, I couldn't see myself being in jail for any reason for a very long time. My parents never coming to see about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't see that. But like I said, if it was something I was out and about actively doing, harming myself, whatever, it's more likely. I don't know the answer, but it's more likely that they'd be like, hey, you got to just figure it out. We'll pray for you.
So they would rather visit you in jail than the crack house, is basically what you're saying.
It's not about that, but like, if I'm in jail,
no, because I would understand that. I would get that.
But I'm saying, but it's not about where they would rather visit me. I'm just saying in the sense of, like, if I'm in jail, like, I'm incarcerated in one place. Like, if I'm out and about smoking crack, I can be anywhere. I could be at the crack house. I could be at the store. I could be on the side of the road. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's just me being out and about. But if I'm in jail, the only way I can have any access to anybody is if they come and see me. So that's just a different scenario. But I don't think they would prefer to see me behind a glass and talk, and talk to me on the phone.
Well, yeah, that's what we're trying to measure here. What is the level of priorities? Like, what is the level of disrespect to your family that they would tolerate? You know what I mean?
Let's see. So, are we talking about disrespect as far as the whole, like, pastor thing, or are we talking about, like?
Oh yeah, well, yeah, because that always plays that always plays a role.
So once again, for me, I always say this, like, for me, when it comes down to that particular aspect, that's never really a factor with me, because, like, that's just not my reality for so many different reasons. As far as, like,
I know where this is hypothetical.
No. But what I'm saying, me dealing with any of these situations we're talking about, it would be me dealing with the pressure of just dealing with my parents. It would like, I've never experienced a life when it comes down to being a PK where my dad's reputation or anything is, like, on the line because of something that I've done. Like, oh, he got this son out here smoking crack all over Atlanta or some shit like that. So if I was my dad's son smoking crack all over Atlanta, he was a pastor in Atlanta with the same status, whatever he has right now, not many people would know it outside of people we know personally. It wouldn't be like, oh man, look at Pastor Wilson's son out here. Like, it's
if he was a known pastor, oh yeah, that word would get spread. Am I wrong?
That's why I keep saying, for me, like, so for Kellie, probably a different story. My last name was Lee. It'll be totally different. But I'm saying, for me, with that particular aspect, that's just not my experience.
You know what's interesting about this is that I think that when you get to these bigger things, I feel like I think my parents would support me either way. But I think that, to your example, if I was a serial killer that killed 30 people, the first thought in my mind wasn't even that my dad's a pastor and how that looks on him. But you guys know that it's the first thing in my mind in so many other places, in so many other little things day to day.
Yeah.
You know, that's the first thing that comes to my mind is like, how does this impact my family? You know, of my dad being a pastor. But when I thought about the scenario of me killing 30 people, that didn't even cross my mind that my dad was a pastor. Like, it's so different, like I said, because I carry it with me every day with every little thing. But something as big as that, I'm like, we passed the fact that he a pastor, you know.
I'm scared. I'm in jail the rest of my life.
Right. Like, I think he gonna show up and be there. I think he becomes
but you're damaging their lives.
I don't even
That's
think
the thing is, so there's gonna be anger and resentment.
I don't even like from my father's side, like so that wasn't even the first thought of the disrespect, of the damage in the name, that wasn't even my first thought. My first thought is he gonna come and pray. That he gonna come and pray. He gonna come with the Bible. He gonna come with some scriptures, and I'm gonna leave you with as you go along. Like if he got to drive from Georgia to California to come and see me, whatever. Like that was the first thing. I think for the first time, I tapped out of being a preacher's kid, and he just became my father,
dad. Yeah. Janessa, you're being awfully quiet.
I don't have anything to say. I just don't think my parents would ever. There's nothing I could do where they would completely disown me. Like,
well, all right, let's go to round 2. And by the way,
I'm just saying, like, if I would never do this, but even if I killed my dad and my mom was alive, I still don't think she would necessarily disown me. Like I said, she would need time to process, and that might be 5 years. But I just don't think she would ever be like, I don't know who Janessa Rowland is.
All right. And just for the record, if I was a serial killer that killed 30 people, I do believe my father would do the same. He'd probably come and visit me in the jail. And not only that, but he'd probably prefer to visit me in the jail than in the crack house. You know what I mean? Like, and Rudy, you should know, drug addicts usually have a, you know, like an area that they stick to. But so you usually know where to find them. But anyway, let's go to round 2, and then we'll see if these answers change. Okay. Let's, for Rudy's sake, we're going to say you're accused, and the evidence is heavy against you. Let's say you did these things, but you're accused of them, and the evidence is so much against you that the community is looking at you as if you're guilty. Okay, just for imagination, Rudy. Okay, you're a serial killer again, but you target kids, and there's a sexual component.
That's the end of the question.
Yeah. And you're basically one of those crazed serial killers that sexually abuses and then kills kids. Now, are your parents still coming to visit you?
Yes.
Really?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
wow, that was a big one for me. Like, I don't think my family's coming.
Will they come once a month or whatever like that? I'm not sure, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think there could ever be a time that I would go to jail for any reason, and my parents or anybody never come see about me. Like, just never. They just be like, oh, he did it. He in jail. Okay, whatever. Like, and never come talk to me. Never come whatever. Like, I just don't see that ever happening.
So I have a question.
Wow. I want to be in y'all's families because my family, if that one, the serial killer thing, they'd still see me. They'd still say like I'm related to him. But that second one with the kids and and the sexual component, they'd be like, nope, you're done.
So I have a question. So the serial killer molester scenario, there's a $500,000 bail bond, whatever it's called, to get you out if you're arrested. Are your parents paying it for you? If they had that type of money, are your parents paying it for you?
Oh, that's a big.
Yeah, everybody, So.
But again, The evidence against you is overwhelming. Everyone assumes you're guilty, whether you're guilty or not.
And you're saying if my parents actually had that type of money, like it's not gonna break them or whatever.
Well, let's say it breaks them. Let's say, I mean,
let's say they got to put a
millionaires.
second mortgage. They got to put a second mortgage on the house.
Well, I'm saying I don't even if it's that deep. I don't even know that my charges got to be that steep for that answer. I mean, I don't even got to do nothing that bad to be left.
Well, that's yes, that.
Like that's why
sexually assaulting and murdering children. Yeah, you're probably gonna get that.
No, but
you're probably gonna upper echelon.
What I'm saying is, but if I did something stupid and got arrested, and my parents had to take out a second mortgage for a bail, they'd be like, "We'll see you at your court date." That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't even have to be that big.
That's what I'm saying. It don't even have to be.
If it was $5,000, they're like, "Nope, we'll see
right.
you."
Now, if the scenario is they got it, like they can pay it, this ain't no issue, whatever, then I can give you a more fair answer towards your question.
Okay, so let's say they have it, and you're guilty.
Well, let's put a cap on this. Let's say Rudy's parents say they got like $50,000 saved, right? But the bail is $5,000. Are they doing it then, Rudy?
So okay, so they still got it though, Terry. That's not
but that's like 10% of their money. That's that's a big deal.
That ain't a big deal. What if the bail is $50,000 and they got $50,000 saved?
That's a better one. Yeah.
Like if it's ever a tight money situation, I'm probably getting left in there. That's what I'm trying to do. But if they got it, whatever the scenario is, if they got it, this ain't gonna break them, whatever. And all the evidence leads towards, because I can't be technically guilty yet if there's a bail available. But all the evidence says that I did do all these.
For all intents and purposes, we're gonna say you're being found guilty, right? Whether you did it or not, you're being found guilty.
Right. That's what I'm saying. All the evidence is pointing towards me doing it. So, and would they put me out on bail then? I mean, I would probably say, I mean, it's hard to answer. I guess it just depends on how much they believed it, because I do know that my parents won't necessarily believe something just because everybody else said so. You know what I'm saying? Like if there was some type of like they showed my mom the video, like this is him with the little girl. You know what I'm saying? Like then of course she'll probably be stuck between a rock and a hard place and be like, whatever. But I don't. If there wasn't that type of concrete evidence, she probably would still bail me out.
So let's go lesser, because I got a question. So let's say if it was.
We got one more. Come.
Okay, but I'm gonna go down first, and I'm gonna let you go up.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say it's a and I don't know if marijuana is legal where you are or not. But let's say it's a marijuana charge somewhere. And so yep, I know Rudy was probably smoking. That that sounds about right, or whatever it is that she knows. Yep, that sounds like Rudy. And it was $1,000 bail, or something like that. Would she do it if she had? Like I said, I'm sure she's $1,000.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, because that's if she had it and it's something light like that. Yeah, because I don't necessarily need to sit in jail because I got caught smoking weed. You feel what I'm saying?
But how could Rudy ever possibly get a marijuana charge?
Say it again.
I said, how could you possibly ever get a marijuana charge?
Well, yeah, that's why it's a hypothetical thing. But I'm just saying because to your point, Terry, I wouldn't. There's no medical. It don't matter if it's legal or not. Ain't nobody giving out marijuana.
Right. I'm just saying, just
but
something you knew that it was.
Right. But
it was you.
Point.
Right.
And what I'm saying is, like, I feel like it would still probably be up to the offense. If it was something as extreme as Terry's example, and for whatever reason that sounds like something I would do, I guess, then maybe she would leave me in there. But if there's something that's extreme and it don't sound like something I would do, then I'm sure she would take me out. If it's something light like that and it sounds like something I would do, and she has the money, I think she would still get me out, because once again, something like weed or I don't know, whatever else I would do, illegal speeding or some shit. I don't know. Like, I don't think she would think that, you need to sit in jail for that. Like, you're a fucking criminal. I don't think that would be her mindset. I think it would just be like, okay, well, let's get you out. Let's keep you straight, keep you at the house, keep you away from whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, probably almost kind of restrain me and punish me that way, but I don't think she would like leave me in jail if she had the money with no sweat to get me out. But if it was more extreme and it was more like, yo, this man lost his mind, you out here killing people. Like, yeah, you my son, but you're cutting people's heads off. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? That you need to be in jail. Why in real life there probably would be no bail. But for the sake of this scenario, why would I bail you out if you're out here murdering people? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not safe for anybody. You feel what I'm saying? So
agreed.
So yeah.
Just wonder.
But once again, in a real life scenario, to my knowledge, unless for whatever reason God got it in my future and I don't know about it, I don't think I would ever be in a position where I'm out here murdering people.
Not 30.
For absolutely no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not 30.
I mean, you know, unless it's some type of apocalypse or something, or, you know, it's another, you know, Tulsa burning trying to happen in Jacksonville and I'm fighting back. But outside of something like that.
I can see you in a situation where you may need to kill one person, but maybe not, but 30 is a little excessive.
30, you doing that. Like you're a murderer.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Unless you was in combat or something, like you was in war or something, maybe. But
even so if you kill somebody on accident, y'all got into a fight, you hit him too hard.
Right.
He come to get you.
No, you're a serial killer in this scenario. You went out and killed people because you wanted to.
But the extremes don't work because we know that's I'm like, let's make it real because the extremes don't work. I want to know. You kill some person, you get in the fight, you hit him with the head over the bottle.
So I got an example. So I don't know if y'all heard about it, but it was on the news probably a year or two ago at this point. But it happened in DC. It was two young kids. I think the older one may have been, let's just say 12, and the younger one may have been 9 or 10. And they tried to rob this old dude and accidentally killed him because I think they were trying to steal the car or something. Maybe he was trying to like drive with them like hanging on or whatever. Maybe they wrecked, whatever. But somehow this old dude ended up dying. But they were just trying to just rob him. But they ended up accidentally killing these two young kids. These are a boy and a girl. And so I don't know. I didn't follow the case to see what their sentencing ended up being. But the big topic everybody was discussing was like, should these kids like get like a harsh penalty and go to the big jail and be in jail for life or whatever it is, or because they kids give them some type of like, juvenile rehabilitation, whatever to kind of help their life. So and
try this as an adult.
It was this big balance because it's like, they were committing a crime, but they mistakenly committed a worse crime. And so now they're once again, I don't know what happened with them, but their parents have to now make a decision of, do I let my child stay in jail or get bail or whatever, because they have killed somebody's relative. You know what I'm saying? So like so I'm saying that to say, if that was you in any form or fashion, whether it's that or any situation, and you have now put your parents in a compromising situation, they have to feel the pain through you being in jail, but they also have to respect the other people who have now lost somebody because of what their child has done, which makes me think that, are they going to necessarily disown me, give up on me, whatever? No, but will they necessarily bail me out? Probably not either.
No, I get that. I would agree with that.
Well, all right. Then on to round 3.
I feel like
round 3.
I'm the only one swinging in all the rounds.
I'm trying to get him involved. I can't.
I keep talking.
I'm shadow boxing.
You are, but Janessa's not. Okay.
Now, like what?
Well, maybe you'll have something in round 3. Round 3, you commit no crimes. You have a job, a relationship, everything about your life is as it is right now, but you have become a heretic. You have literally started a campaign to pull people away from the church and away from God and away from Christianity. You say are an atheist, and you are actively pulling people away from God.
And once again, I guess I'll just go first because I don't know if anybody was saying. But I don't think, once again, I don't think my parents would disown me. Because I know that's like the ultimate question of the disowning. Would they Would they, even with me doing that, would they be
Would they
like,
choose God over you?
well, they'll choose God over me, but I'm saying, as far as them
What?
saying, yo, this isn't my son.
A heretic is the worst thing you can be.
I hear you. What I'm saying is, I still don't think they would disown me. Would they disagree? Would they preach against or whatever? Would they say, things to the degree of don't listen to my son, he's lost his mind, whatever? Maybe. But once again, they're not gonna say don't listen to this man. It'll be like don't listen to my son. Like it's still gonna be an ownership of the relationship, but it's not necessarily going to be an agreement in our stances. All right, I'm done.
No, I agree with you. It's kind of.
I didn't figure anybody would agree.
I think it's to the same extent that, like if you're marry somebody outside of the religion, the parents are not gonna agree.
Right.
They're gonna have plenty to say, but they're not gonna be like, "Oh no, you are just not my child anymore."
Right.
So that's all I got.
I don't know. There's a lot of older parents that will disown children just for being gay. So being a heretic has got to be like way up there.
And I hear you, Terry, but I just think the people who you're talking to on the podcast, that's just not our parents.
Right.
So somebody you have this conversation with, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm kicked out the family." But for us three, that's just not the case.
I will say though, for that one, my father would probably, I think for a couple of them, maybe not the marriage outside of my religion, but I think my father would tell my business to the church. I think that if I was preaching against God or speaking against God, I think he would definitely probably in his sermon, especially if I was doing it, on Instagram or, and people were hearing about it and, or whatever. I definitely think that he would address it in the church that he did not agree with me and to pray for me. Like I said, do I think that he, like I said, the big word is disown. Do I think he would disown me? No. But would he definitely publicly address it and disagree with me? Yes. Same thing, I think, with the serial killer. I think, especially if it was on the, somebody killing 30 people, I'm sure it's on the news, it's on the news and my picture's out there, whatever. I think that he would publicly address it. But I don't think that he would hide. I told you my daddy tell my business that I don't have a man. So I don't think that he would hide it. But like I said, but I don't think that he would ever disown me. But I do agree with you, Terry. I do know parents, I do know people in the church that disown their children for a whole lot. For sure. Like Janessa said, fortunately for us, not our situations. And I thank God every day for that. But I where you going?
Well, no, like I had an uncle.
This is the same uncle
family.
Who,
No.
Okay.
We're not putting anybody out there.
Okay.
No, but I had an uncle that his daughter started dating a black guy and he didn't talk to her for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then she married the same guy. And as soon as the kid came out, then it's like, oh, happy family again. Like the kid fixes everything is what they say. But
I think kind of like Janessa said.
So maybe my barometer is off here.
But I think like Janessa said, and to your story, the time to process, and in that time of processing what we did, there may be a lack of communication. There may be, I'm not funding, I'm not bailing you out of jail. I'm not putting money on your books. I'm not,
Yeah.
I talk to my mom just about every day. I'm not talking to you every day. Right. You know what I'm saying? In this time of processing,
right.
There will be, I'm sure there will be a huge shift in what our relationship looks like than what it does now. But I think at some point, they will come back to, and whether it's a matter of forgiving me or not forgiving me, accepting my wrongs, not accepting my wrongs, whether it's them feeling like they need to go and right my wrongs or, go and, support the 30 families of the people that I've killed or whatever they feel like they had to do for their child. I think at the end of the day, they wouldn't disown me. But I do think, like I said, they may not pay for my bail. They may not speak to me. They may not put money on my books. They may not come and find me in the crack house. They may not put me up in the hotel because I don't have nowhere to stay. They may not take care of my children. They like.
But they're gonna be at the house.
Well, that's
you.
what I.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I meant.
Oh,
that was the question, though. Was how much? What's the point where they just give up on you?
Yeah, so I think there will be, like I said, I think there will maybe be some processing time, but they're not going to automatically jump to, let me save Kellie, let me do her, that she's going to have to sit in this, in what she's done. She was wrong. I love her dearly. I'm gonna be there for her. I'm gonna pray for her. I'm gonna do this. At some point I may put $20 on there so she can get some Oreos or whatever. But right now, right now.
Well, you going to canteen stuff immediately.
I need some snacks. But I think that there will be time. Do I think that no matter what I do, no matter what I say, criminal or non-criminal, do I think that my parents are just going to 100% support me and jump to my rescue? No, not at all. I'm wrong. If now if I get caught speeding and I go something on the smaller scale and I go to jail, I need them to come and get me today. I don't want to be there overnight. I don't need to learn that lesson. Come get me. My mama told me I got one time. Time to come get me the first time. She said, you go back to jail again, you gonna sit in there. And so, but again, and I guess what threw us off is the word disown. But does my parents have a limit? Heck yeah. Are they just gonna let me run rampant and do what I want to do? Right. No. Not at all. They gonna pray before they pay. Like
that's funny that you say that. I got the same exact spiel when I was a teenager, but I got the opposite. It was, if you call me from jail, I'm not getting you. You're gonna stay there. Like my parents automatically assumed my guilt. Like they just said, if you call me from jail, I'm not coming to get you. You're going to stay in there at least overnight to learn your lesson. And it's like, yeah, but what if it's something weird and I didn't do it? Well, no, you did it. Like that's.
They gave me one time. But at this point, and this is off topic,
well, at least you got one time.
At this point in my life, I'm not even calling my parents first, honey, because they're going to take too long to get there. I don't know if they're going to have the urgency that I need them to have. I'm calling somebody else.
I think we all have that friend that we know, like that's the person I'm going to call if that, because they're going to be on the way.
On the way. My mama like, oh, let me get this. Let me call your daddy. I'm in jail. I need you to come now. I don't want to be in here with these women any longer. I'm scared.
How do you think we feel?
I can't.
Well,
imagine.
Never mind. How do you think I feel? I feel like Rudy would get along in jail pretty well.
Hopefully, I never find out.
Right.
He's built. He's black. He looks like an intimidating person. I do not. Like this doesn't survive in jail for very long.
You'll be somebody's boyfriend?
No, I think I'm going to be somebody's victim.
But
yes, point, your dad would disown you at that point. What'd you say, Kelly? I'm sorry.
No. I just said so. To the question on the screen, does my parent have a limit? Like I said, in terms of love, no. In terms of saving me from my wrongdoings, yes. But they're gonna be there at the end. Like I said, when I serve my 10-year sentence, they're gonna come pick me up. They're gonna, place balloons. Hey, you can come stay with us for a minute. Here go, $1,000. Get yourself together. At the end of the 10-year sentence, they're gonna be there. Nope.
That's not necessarily a good thing.
Oh yeah, no, they're gonna be there.
There should be a limit.
They're gonna be there.
Like if I did anything to hurt kids, my family is out. It's
Are they
over.
disappointed in me, but do they love me regardless? Like I said,
Yeah,
are
man,
they?
yeah. And I'm
Now-
just, I think there's a, and I don't have kids, but I think there's a very hard, that's a very hard, just say intertwining that you would have to try to unwind, if you will, when it comes down to like a parent and their, to Kellie's wordage, love for their child. Once again, like that's why I was saying, like if I was like out here like actively like, you know, using like hard drugs, whatever like that, and I was on the side of the road or whatever, like, is there a point that my parents, kind of to Kellie's point, would be like, okay, you know what, we've done all we can. We just gonna pray and just hope that God saves you.
Back home. Yeah.
If that is a version of giving up, then yes, I think that could possibly happen if it was some scenario like that. Even to the whole jail thing. If I actually did something, I don't think my parents would like try to pay some shiesty lawyers to be like, yo, make it look like he innocent.
Right.
Fuck them people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
For
like
sure.
I don't think they would. I would think they would cry every night or whatever while I serve my time.
Right.
But be there for me the whole time until I'm able to get out and try to help me move on with my life. Because at the end of the day, I'm still their child. They brought me into this world.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, and so is it necessarily their fault for what I did? No, but once again, like that, you're my offspring. So I would imagine like it's going to be a lot to make me completely release and be like, fuck this person forever.
But there are scriptures that do support cutting people out of your life, even your children, if they make you less holy. So, for instance, that's why I threw in the heretic thing at the end.
Bring them up.
You know, if the eye offendeth thee, pluck it out.
Bring it up.
Well, I just said it.
No. The scripture about cutting your kids off.
None. Again, it's a parable. It says, if the eye offendeth thee, pluck it out. Meaning that if there's something in your life, no matter what it is, that is making you, less sanctified, you got to remove it.
But how is this making you less sanctified?
I don't know. That's why we're here talking about it.
I
Yeah,
said,
it's definitely not
because
making the
my
parents
actions make them less holy.
right. Yeah, it's definitely not affecting them like that. It's just them having to try to save their child. It ain't really making them
Right.
less sanctified. We're not an eyeball that they need to pluck out.
It's Matthew 5:29. Because I know you're always going to hold my feet to the fire.
What, talking about the eyeball thing is Matthew 5:29?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've even heard that scripture before, but I'm saying in reference to
I've heard pastors use it specifically. I've heard pastors use it specifically when it comes to drug addict kids.
mm-hmm.
Saying, and not only that, but the story of Jonah has also been applied to drug addict kids, because here it is, the boat's crashing over the waves, the storm is on the boat, God wants Jonah to do the other thing, but they're casting out everything they have on the boat, trying to stay afloat, and Jonah's sleeping below. And it's like, I've heard that used as an analogy to parents of drug addict kids. They'll do everything to try and save the kid, and meanwhile, they're just sleeping below. You know what I mean? They're sleeping below, but everything else is going over the house is going over the side of the boat. The TV is going over the side of the boat. The money's going over the side of the boat, trying to save one kid that's just determined on staying asleep.
Right. So I do get your point with that analogy, but I would also say this. So like, but if
it's not my analogy.
Well, I'm saying the analogy you just used. But a parent, especially, and I would just even speak for just say my parent. I'm not gonna say a parent. My parent would kick me off the boat because they know that the reason this storm is here is because I'm supposed to be doing something else. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So like,
Mhm.
so even after they try to do all the saving, once they realize like, oh, this is happening because you're going against the grain, they would.
Mhm.
But them kicking me off the boat isn't them giving up on me, because they're not kicking me off for the sake of saying you go down there and die while we save ourselves. They're kicking me off because
Right.
I'm not supposed to be on the boat. I'm supposed to be going the opposite direction, and I'm trying to
Yeah.
go the wrong way. So that's still not necessarily the parent giving up on the child, even if it is a drunk
Right.
child or or whatever.
So essentially, in that scenario, you're talking about they would kick you off the boat, meaning they would disavow. They would say like, "No, you're doing the wrong thing, and so we're not going to sacrifice one more thing from our life for you."
No, they would, because it's not about sacrificing something in their life for me. It's about pointing me in the right direction. Like it's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not. It's not like Jonah had to get off the boat so that he could go and in the water and die so that everybody else could live. The boat was going in a direction he wasn't supposed to be going to. So he needed to get off
Right.
the boat to go the right direction. And once he got off the boat, then the storm and everything stopped for that particular boat. So once
Mhm.
again, if I'm somebody who tells Jonah like, "Hey, you got to go," and not because I'm tired of sacrificing for you, but things aren't going to get better for you unless you go the right way. So that's still a parent or whoever expressing love, concern, and showing correction, even if it looks harsh. Getting kicked off the boat looks harsh, but that's still you going the right way. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, you're gonna be
Yeah,
swallowed
yeah, I
by
get it.
fish,
So they would
still
they would
going the
turn
right way.
away from you, but they would turn away from you with good intentions, meaning
Correct.
like you've got to go off and do your own thing. We got to cut you out for right now until you get your life figured out. So the same thing with better intentions,
Right.
right?
And
That
what I'm
seems
saying,
right.
and what I'm saying is, but even with kicking somebody off the boat, it in the natural it looks bad, but it's actually a good thing. And that person who kicks you off the boat actually loves you more than you imagine, because it's not just like you stand on the boat, we all die. But if you get off the
Right.
boat, you live and fulfill your purpose, and we also live because we don't wreck. So you know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's more of a help thing more than it is like a scolding thing, I
Hmm.
guess. So that's all I got.
That's a lot. That's a lot to do for a heretic.
I mean, but love is unconditional. You feel me? That's why that's why I don't tell everybody I love them. I don't call everybody my friend. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna
It's
sit
nice
here.
to know where we stand.
No, I'm just saying I'm not gonna sit here and act like I would take a bullet for every person that I know in my life. It's just not the truth. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like, but there are people who I would definitely jump in front of a bullet for, because that's just how much I love them. And some are in my family and some are not. There's some people in my family who I wouldn't jump in front of a bullet for. And I don't hate them, but I just don't have that type of connection either. You feel me? So
Gotcha.
it ain't
Yeah.
necessarily nothing personal, but I'm just saying like love is it's a real thing. And I don't have hate for anybody. I love everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I will definitely. There's very few people who I wouldn't give just say the shirt off my back for. But a lot of people say that. But to me, giving the shirt off my back is nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like me giving you a shirt off my back is that's just like me giving a homeless person at the red like $5. Like that, I didn't save his life. You know what I'm saying? I'm helping you for the moment. So, but as far as somebody who I would sacrifice everything I have to help them out because they have absolutely nothing, that ain't everybody who I know. You feel what I'm saying? And if you are in that category, then I will definitely push you off the boat so that you can help yourself and fulfill your purpose, even if it looks like I'm being a bad friend or whatever, bad relative, bad boyfriend, whatever. Because to me, that's actual love, I guess is what I'm saying. Even if it looks tough, just like letting us sit in jail, letting us, do all the other stuff. So that's all I'm getting at. Anybody else? All hearts and minds clear.
All hearts and minds are clear.
All right.
I thought it was a good topic though, Terry. I enjoyed the thinking outside the box today.
Well, thank you, Kelly. I came up with it last week when we were talking about parents and whatnot.
No.
I'm like, what would be the limit?
I thought it was good. Like I said, it's just tough because the three of us have such similar family structures.
And just like everything else, I'm the outlier.
So
and thank God for good parents, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to our parents.
Hey, if it means anything in the contrary, I was married to a woman that thought her parents were going to disown her because she wanted to quit her job and start a pizza restaurant. So, like, it takes all kinds. Yeah. Like, obviously, they didn't do that. Obviously, they were thrilled about it. But the very fact that she had that fear,
right,
is kind of crazy.
See, my parents wouldn't disown me. They just may not help me fund it.
Right.
And, if I asked for it,
no, we weren't asking for anything. We did it all ourselves.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it definitely happens because even with like, I definitely hear a lot of foreign people talk about like, who became comedians or musicians or whatever. Like they talk about how like their parents were disappointed until they made it, until they, until they actually became successful at that craft. Their parents were like, why aren't you going to school? Why aren't you becoming a doctor? Why aren't you whatever? Because, and that they had that. I don't know if they ever got to the point of disowning or not, but I just know that they coming to America definitely have hard expectations when it comes down to the parents of the child. And so when they try to do something else, they, I know they definitely may deal with some type of disownership or,
That's funny that you say that because my ex-wife is foreign. She's German.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, there's that. All right. Go for it, Kellie.
All righty. So on Instagram, you can find us at The Worst Ones PK. New content coming soon. Check us out. Whatever, Rudy. Rudy hasn't done his job in sending me clips. So new content is coming soon.
It's my fault.
If you would like to watch us, we drop every Tuesday. You can find us on YouTube. Just type in The Worst Ones Podcast. And we will come up I don't know how many episodes, but all episodes are there. And then if you would like to listen to us, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts. I think we're there too. So type in The Worst Ones Podcast there, and you can listen to the podcast. Was that better, Rudy?
Sure.
Make sure once you get there, you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you to our 500,102 followers. We love y'all.
All right.
At Princess Kells 51.
Her personal page, fellas, hit up. Yeah, you're looking for.
She's single. She's ready for dick. Somebody.
All right. Here we go. Moving right along.
All right. You can find me at Melanated Brews for all.
I would love to see your DMs after this.
You can also find me at JRihanna_. That's it.
At Melanated Brews. Terry was talking when you said, I just want people to hear it.
Oh, yes. At Melanated Brews for all things coffee, tea, and beer. We have fun over there. And then at JRihanna_.
We have fun over there. We have fun. I like how that's like been your consistent little like tagline. Coffee, tea, and beer. We have fun over there.
You should add just like Terry Wayne's not there, by the way. Like he's not involved at all. We're just having fun over there. He doesn't come and talk about when our parents will leave us.
Yeah, fun over there. I like that.
Mm-hmm. It's Terry Wayne Comedy, all social media platforms. I love how when I'm looking at the screen right now, I swear to God, it looks like Janessa giving me side eye the entire episode. Yeah, you're doing it right now. Yeah,
because I'm looking at my other screen.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's like Like if that look had a noise, it would be You know, like yeah,
So,
really chastising me.
Like if two of us get into it, like we should just like face each other on the screen.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah,
actually,
real Brady Bunch style, you know.
That'd be hot. Terry, shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry I brought up the Jews or whatever I said at that time.
All right. At Rudy of All Trades, my personal page, at the podcast official page, the other podcast page. Follow, don't. We don't care. Interested sponsors. If you have any, hit us up. We would love to shout you out.
We have one this week. It's Orange whatever.
Orange Theory.
There you go, Orange
Now they got
Theory.
a real sponsor calling them Orange whatever. They'd be like, yeah, we want our check.
Right.
Yeah.
Orange whatever, huh? You guys are called
Orange Julius.
That.
Anyways, wonderful episode. We appreciate you guys listening to us, man. We're just some PKs out here having a little podcast. We're keeping this gravy train going. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And until next time, we out there.
Top of the world.